What is up, Vicco gang? And I'm here with a different kind of Bleach Rebirth video. I know I say this all the time, but look, man, like, comment, subscribe if you want, more discussion about Bleach Rebirth because bang, man, we're talking about the supposed like updates that we're supposed to be getting, right? And more importantly though, where is ranked, dude? Because in this newsletter from like 3 or 4 weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago or so, we got this newsletter. They addressed the fact that there is no rank match. One of the most requested features is rank match. We are currently considering its implementation, right? That's the key wording here. They are considering its implementation. So who knows if they even decided to put in ranked, right? Like, where is ranked? Because from this, it implies that they were thinking about it. That they didn't say that we're working on it. They're considering its implementation in the first place, man. But I think at this point now, man, by the time this video comes out, it'll probably be about a month since the game has been out and there has been no ranked update. They have done 2 notable patches, as we can see here, versions 1.04 and version 1.05, which they came out a week from one another, and they were pretty alright patches. I thought that was really good. They released 2 decently sized patches a week apart from each other, right? And I thought that was really impressive and really cool. They made free match actually a mode, actually a thing that exists in the game, free match, because for a while, first week or 2 or so, right? Or I think after the first patch, I believe, free match now worked, because free match wasn't working, but now it works now, which I thought was really nice. I would much rather go into free match than room match, which is a very bare bones experience, because room match you can only perform 1v1s, right? And they need that's a whole other can of worms that they need to address. Room match needs to be heavily expanded upon. But I think it's been enough time, man. Unless they literally announce the ranked match update literally 2 seconds after this video comes out or before this video comes out, whatever may happen. The fact that it took a month for it to come out is a little crazy in my personal opinion, because I honestly did kind of get why they didn't put ranked match in the first place. But then they could have done something kind of like an account level or something like that, kind of like, look, I'm sorry, I'm gonna bring up this game again, I've been bringing it up a lot, like Marvel Rivals, where they have a rank. I mean, they limit rank to people who are level 15, I believe now, level 15 or 20 or something like that. They could have done something very similar to that or something, I don't know. But even then, if they did want to not put in rank match immediately, because if they didn't want to put in rank match immediately, I kind of get it, I kind of get it. You don't want people going right into rank and just for them to get stomped, you know what I mean? It just incentivizes people to get familiar with the game before throwing themselves at the freaking rank system. And then I get it, I kind of get it, I think. But I think, in my personal opinion, it has been long enough. It has been long enough without rank match, in my opinion, guys. I thought it was gonna take honestly probably around now. I think around now, by the time I posted the video, that we should be getting a ranked match. Because yeah, man, I think that is an essential mode in these kind of games. Even if it is not the craziest rank system or whatever, it needs to be there in some way, shape, or form, because I don't want this game to start dwindling. And I honestly, guys, I'm gonna be completely honest, I think it already kind of is. It already kind of is. So I think we do need a major update of some sorts very, very soon with rank match. Because even though, yes, we still need 4 DLC characters to come out, which guys, I'm gonna be honest, I already know who they are. I'm pretty sure I know who they are, and they've been leaked already. So if you guys don't know, watch yourselves if you guys want to get spoiled. But the clue, right, that they announced straight up that they will be 1,000 Year Blood War characters. That's all we officially have to go off of. Those characters are not even out yet, but we need to wait for them, for any sort of new content in any way, shape, or form, or other balance, update patches, to characters and stuff like that. There needs to be something, they need to add something more, because I don't want to be waiting on a sequel. I don't like that line of thinking. I already seen it a little bit that this is a pretty good starting point for a game series. It's a really good step in the right direction type beat. In my opinion, guys, I don't like that line of thinking. I don't like thinking that, because we're barely gonna get this first game and we're already thinking of a sequel. What is that? I'm not a fan of thinking like that. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know about you, but I just don't like thinking like that. Waiting for the next game already when the game's not even out yet, or this game's barely been out for a month at the time of recording this video, right? I just don't like that line of thinking. I just really don't. So I really don't want to have to wait for another Bleach Rebirth of Souls to get, essentially the game we all wanted, when this game just came out, I don't like that. I really don't like that. And maybe I don't want to pin this on anything, right? But maybe a reason why this game feels a little more held back might be because of PS4, man. It might just be because of that. I'm just putting that out there, it is a possibility, but it might be, man. It might be. I even saw people were a little upset that this game was on PS4 still, you know, but I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm don't want to think of a Bleach Rebirth of Souls 2 or something like already when this game has really been out for a month. About a month, you know, because we need ranked for this game's online, you know, player base to, you know, continue playing, because I think this game actually has decent single player content. It really does. But this game really does have decent single player content, right? But I do need more, man. We need more. You know, there's people who beat the entire thing. They're like, you know what? All right, I'm done. You know, that might be enough for most people. They beat the entire story. It takes approximately what, like 20-ish hours or so, from what I heard, to beat the entire story. You know, there's a bunch of secret stories and stuff like that. You know, there's the arcade mode or whatever. You know, there is a decent amount of stuff to do, I guess. But you know, that might, you know, that might suffice for most people, and then, you know, that's all up to you. You know, but you know, I feel like the main draw to this game, in my opinion, was the characters being so unique. You know, they really emphasize how unique these characters are, just for them to not have the greatest like online, you know, functioning, you know, things in this game. You know, really like what I say, like bare bones online modes in this game. You know, no ranked, and with a very like bare bones lackluster room match mode. You know, like I've been going on and on about for a while now, that you only can have 1v1s when it should be like a whole thing. Even like Sparking Zero does this well, right, guys? From what I remember, there is, you know, room matches in Sparking Zero. You know, you can have like, what, like 8 or so people or something like that. You know, and you guys fight like kind of like a King of the Hill like style thing. You know, like back then apparently, you know, Storm had this type of stuff too. You know, Naruto games. You know, there's a guy at the top. You guys, you know, take turns fighting him, and then whoever beats the guy at the top, you know, they become the guy at the top, and then, you know, so on and so forth. What's spectating, right? And I just don't know, like, I feel like that's such like a easy thing to like think about and be like, wow, so Sparking Zero literally just did this. You know, like, why not just have it? You know, and I don't really get why. From what I've been hearing, that these kind of games, for some reason, the online infrastructure and like online like modes is like the last thing they think about. And like I keep saying over and over again, I find it really weird and confusing, because this game really like prides itself on its very unique characters, right? You know, a lot of the characters in this game, you know, really play around their signature moves, or like a certain way to, you know, you really get play styles really prominently in this game, right? Like I really feel that with this game, you know, because even like Sparking Zero, like there's not really like a play style there, you know, like you don't really get different play styles from what I've noticed. You know, it just depends how good of a player you are in general, I guess, in that game. You know, and it's just like which character has the better like moves and stuff like that, you know, from what I remember and seen. But this game really does differentiate the characters from one another, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, man, but hopefully you guys got something from this conversation, because I really do want this game to do good. You know, and like I said, I don't want to be thinking about, you know, only waiting for the DLC characters to come out and for the next like installment of this, you know, game series. You know, I don't want to be thinking about that right now when the game's barely a month old from the time of recording this freaking video, guys. You know, so that's really, I just want the best for this game, man. I really want the best for this game. And yeah, man, I really want the best for this game. I really do. Rank match, more content, something of the sorts, you know, just something like, even like a mode where you like fight like hollows or something, because they have hollows in the game. I don't know, something else. You know, rank match will help tremendously, in my opinion. Like if they implement that, like I think a decent uptick will happen in the player base. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. If you guys have anything else you guys want to add or, you know, say, you know, leave it down in the comments, because, you know, I do want this game to do good, you know, with its online and stuff like that, because the characters are so cool in this game. They're so unique and so like so fun to play as, right? Yeah, man. Thank you guys for watching, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And has been yours truly, freaking Vicco, man. And I am freaking gone. So now.